Yes.
Question for you is that if all the people in the congressional committee that time, during the time of independence, if they would have listened to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, not to divide the country, I think he was one of the very, very opponent of dividing the country into India and Pakistan. So do you think that if they would have listened to him, what would be the present status? I'm going back to the future, say maybe 78 years ago.
Right. That's a fantastic question, and this picture actually embodies, to an extent, how Bharat would have looked, because I think in the flyer they talked about how I'm a descendant of Atreya Maharishi. In fact, in the Mahabharata, Bhishma, the respected Bhishma, he says that Atreya Maharishi is one of the foremost authorities in Ayurvedic medicine, and a lot of the good point. A lot of the Vedic Pathashalas and a lot of the culture of Sanatana Dharma was developed in present day Kashmir. That's an integral part of Bharat and also parts of Pakistan as well. If you look at Takshashila, where the dean of political science, Vishnugupta Chanakya, studied, and he was the chief of the Gurukul there. In fact, that was the Harvard University of ancient India. That's a very important place for Indians. So I think, if the committee, if they had listened to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel instead of maybe some of the other leaders that came up in the congressional committee, Bharat would have had a much better chance of unity. That's definitely there. I think we wouldn't have had that whole West Pakistan, East Pakistan problem. They would have all been part of Bharat, and we would have definitely been able to safeguard and develop a lot of the holy shrines that are in those countries. Some of the Shakti Peeths, 108 Shakti Peeths, are in Pakistan and Bangladesh. So that's a big deal, like you mentioned. So they listened to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Only Bhagavan can really tell what would have happened. But I think we would have had a better chance of having a Akhand Bharat or a unified Bharat. And that would have also helped, because if you look at a lot of the water resource challenge problems, Pakistan has a good percent of water, but that water could have been utilized for agriculture in India. And furthermore, I think if Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, if he had been as a member of the leadership, they would have taken on a major development project, which is unifying all the important rivers in India. So if you look in some parts of Bharat, you have the monsoon rains and it's flooding, and they have a surplus of water, whereas other parts, they're in drought at the same time. So you need to develop the interconnection between these rivers, and I think if he was there in the opening leadership of the country as a prime minister, definitely we would have had a lot of strong improvement, in terms of unifying and also development of the country. Because if you look back to the domestic politics, there was something called the Planning Commission. Vallabhbhai Patel, his vision was for the Planning Commission to open up the economy of Bharat and not have it be a license Raj, which is what it was for the first few decades. Now we have NITI Aayog, things are improving. But the Planning Commission, I think, was responsible for much of the retardation of progress in Bharat because of their slow-moving thoughts and their emphasis on national government control of industry. So only a few people benefited, and the populace at large had challenges. So does that answer your question?
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
I think if you have any question, you can send it to you on your WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Perfect.
I'm sure there are going to be a lot of questions from a lot of people, and I still get always available to answer any of your questions, okay? So please, you can always get in touch with them. So Sugan, we really want to thank you for today. I know we didn't give you enough time, but whatever time we have available, and I'm sure next time, if you have any other subjects that you'd like to discuss, or come and present to us, please let us know, and you can let them know, and I'm sure we can arrange one more event sometime in the near future.
Sure, yeah, next time I'm thinking we should talk about, the civilizational development in that Kashmir region and also in the northwestern parts of Bharat. That would be a nice topic. But, we can talk more about it.
Okay, so again, thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think we could have this emergency or